Hey everybody, Nick Licameli here. Today we're talking about something called decision fatigue. And it's a lesson that I learned from bodybuilding that also pertains to life. Decision fatigue is the amount of energy it takes your brain to make a decision. So any kind of decision that we make, there's a cost to that. There's an energy cost to that. And if you're faced with too many decisions throughout your day, it can be quite fatiguing. And research shows that our ability to make rational decisions is kind of like a gas tank. So as we make more and more rational decisions, our tolerance to that and our ability to make those decisions decreases as the day goes on. So one way we can limit that is by limiting the amount of decisions that we have to make throughout the day. Let me explain. So for example, in bodybuilding, there have to be routines set up. No matter what, you have to train consistently, you have to eat consistently. But what I'm talking about, so for example, I eat the same foods every day, and I basically do the same exercises every time that I train. What those two things do is it saves me the cost of making a decision about what I'm going to eat or about what exercise I'm going to perform. If I have those things set in place, it's one less thing for me to think about, and that reduces that fatigue. It's been said that Albert Einstein wore the same gray suit every day, and his point was that if he was to think about clothes to wear, that would take his brain off of his goals and his work. So he wore the same clothes every day just to reduce one little decision and help to better put his energy toward things that he thought were more important. So are routines bad? I feel like they get a bad rap, this feeling that someone is stuck in a rut and they don't want to try new things. But that's not the case, because if there is built-in variety and if it's a well thought out routine, that's a beautiful, beautiful thing to stick to consistently. You're not going to have to make decisions about it, and if it's set up correctly, you're going to get the results that you want in anything. Think about if you had to make a decision, a conscious decision, about every single thing that you did throughout the day. Imagine every time you took a step, you had to weigh the options and consider whether you should step with your right foot or your left foot, whether or not you should put your left leg in your pants first or your right leg, whether or not you should put your left shoe on or your right shoe on first. All of these decisions would cause so much fatigue, but we've made those things into routines so that we don't have to think about it. Our brains are amazing at doing that. Let them do that. They're trying to help us. An example of this is my grandfather clock. So I have a grandfather clock that needs to be wound up every 7 days. Every Saturday morning, I wind that clock. I don't think about it. When I walk by it, I know it's Saturday morning, and I wind the clock. Taking a step back and looking at my daily responsibilities and things that I have to remember throughout a day or a week, that's one less thing that I have to think about, because my brain has made it a routine and it's saving me energy. It's making me a more efficient machine. So don't fear routine. Sometimes routine can be a great thing, and it can reduce that decision fatigue. And again, by reducing that decision fatigue, it prevents us from making poorer decisions later in the day. So limit the decisions that you can and reap the benefits of less decision fatigue and better choices. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you want, and we'll see you next time.